I spent the last 4 years training a combination of strength and aesthetics. I like to look good, but I also like to look strong. But it made me wonder if I stopped caring about how much I could bench, squat, or deadlift, or how strong I could potentially be, and that my only goal was building the best looking physique as possible, what are the couple things I change? I'd probably change about 6 to 7 things. I probably, for starters, I probably wouldn't prioritize the big three. So squatting, deadlifting, or benching. But if we're talking purely aesthetics, like a V taper, wide, like my shoulders, things of that nature, I don't necessarily need to be able to deadlift 600 pounds in order to have a good back, or I don't need to squat in order to have good legs. I'd probably do some form of these movements because I enjoy them, but I wouldn't let it necessarily dictate my training anymore. Like for example, I'd probably dumbbell press, but my more main goal would be like to mortify hypertrophy more than strength training. So like, and I probably still like hack squat or leg press because those are just still like good attributes you should be doing in general. But the question wouldn't be how do I get my deadlift up? The question would be what's going to build my physique next. And this is a great thing to talk about because I'm not just anybody. I've actually like done both in a sense. I feel like I would like you don't have to take my word for it, but I feel like the proof is in the pudding. Now, I'd probably specialize a lot harder, right? Like, if aesthetics is literally the only thing I care about, I wouldn't treat every muscle group equally. I'd look at my physique and figure out which muscles will create the biggest visual difference. Like, you know how they say V taper and X frame? Personally, I don't know why the X frame isn't more popular, but I'm going to talk about the X frame because one thing I don't want to do, I don't want to steer you guys the wrong way. And I feel like everybody talks about the V taper. So X frame is essentially a V taper, but you train legs. That seems like an oversimplification, but you don't want to look like Johnny Bravo. Like you actually want to have like a good shape to you. Like let's say you go to the beach and you're walking around, like you can have a depressive upper body, but if your lower body looks terrible, no one's gonna like be like, oh, he actually takes the gym seriously. Like giving 5% to a body part that isn't already dominant isn't going to exactly bring it up in a sense. Like, let's say, for example, if I stop training arms today and I prioritize my back and shoulder, kind of what I do already, my arms necessarily wouldn't go down because that's already a body part that I don't need to put much stimulus on compared to like my back or my shoulders, you know? Now, the next thing I'd probably worry about is like, I would train based off stimulus, not egos. So this is where like cables, dumbbells, and machines, things of that nature would actually be more important rather than me trying to like dumbbell press or trying to do like weighted dips or things of that nature where they're not exactly as stable. Like if a machine gives me a better stimulus than a barbell for a particular thing, a perfect example is dumbbell lateral raises compared to the machine lateral raises. I personally like the standing machine lateral raises. I should be specific when I say this. I like the standing one better because I feel my shoulders better, but some people like the dumbbell version better. But at least for me, I'm going to use the machine because that's what would give me the more bang for my buck, you know? So that's probably what I prioritize. Like I care more about what gives me the best turn in my investment rather than what I think looks cool or what like I like better in a sense. I'd care more about fatigue and that's because like compound lifts are valuable, but some exercises like can create a lot of systemic fatigue in relation to the hypertrophy that you're getting from them. So my worries would be more stimulus equal fatigue rather than like weight moved, a successful workout. You don't need to be scared of fatigue, but you can stop accumulating it for no reason. That's so like a perfect example. You're less likely to be you're less likely to just push through it. Not to say you can't push through it when you're training aesthetics, but you're less likely to be as fatigued because you're not training the muscles that require so much of like your CNS system. Like a perfect example is deadlifting. Like when I deadlift once a week. You know why? Because like deadlifting takes a lot out of me. Like it's not something I can do like every 2 days or something. At least once you reach a certain level, I would say. Now, the last one, this might be controversial in a sense, is I'd probably stay a lot leaner than I already do. Like I'm not saying like year round lean, like your stage lean, but like maybe like between 12 and 15%. And because like if how I look is my main objective, then there's no reason for me to add extra body weight beyond the point where like additional fat starts to like make my physique look a lot worse. Like gaining size can absolutely improve your muscle and your strength, but simultaneously it makes the visual improvement harder to see. So if I was that, like, if I were to like stop right now, I'd probably like just prioritize looking a lot leaner, just because that's one thing I would rate my physique on. And I'd probably stop judging my progress based off strength. Like, instead of my bench 120 pounds, I'd care about, like, does my upper chest look more bigger, in a sense. Strength only matters because I'm still, well, no, let me rephrase that. Strength version is still important because getting stronger is productive in hypertrophy ranges, but it becomes more of a tool than a destination. So I would still change the ranges between 4 and 12, arguably maybe like 6 to 12, rather than like 4 to 6, because you would judge the program through photos, measurements, and body composition and performance, rather than like what the mirror shows you, rather than rather than what your numbers show you. You judge it based off the mirror. Now, my overall thoughts on this: would I enjoy training this way? Probably not. I could see myself as I get older and I'm like not as invested in the gym. I feel like this is the rest of my life though. But let's say for whatever reason things happen in my life, I probably could see myself training this way. Not to say it's my ideal way because I enjoy being strong. I like to look like I lift, and I want to be able to move some serious weight. But the thing is, the training should reflect how you look. Like, if you want to be a powerlifter, you should train someone who wants to do bodybuilding. If you want to do both, something similar to me, then you're gonna have to accept that you have to compromise between the two. Now, if you told me tomorrow, forget the numbers, build the best physique I possibly can, this is the way I do it.